Thank you. All right, okay, so hello, hi everyone. Um, Good evening. So I'm from Malaysia and now it's almost 5 p.m. Okay, so my name is Umi. I'm from Universiti Malaysia Pahang, Al-Sultan Abdullah in Malaysia. So for today, I'm going to represent um, my team member for research on the role of visual reality in enhancing fluency for job interview within task-based language classrooms. Okay, so some of you might be familiar with task-based language learning and teaching, TBLT. So if you know, then TBLT is one of the learner-centered approaches in the language learning. So it represents a paradigm shift of mainstream views about language teaching from a focus on knowledge of language to a pragmatic and experiential focus on achieving communicative purposes. So in TBLT, instructors use real-world authentic tasks. So therefore, TBLT places learners in the center of the class activity where they need to process their thoughts while learning a second or foreign language. This could encourage learners to actively engage in shaping and controlling the discourse because of the meaningful tasks they must perform and consequently completing them. So TBLT emphasizes real-life communication for language acquisition, but it can also be challenging in foreign or non-native contexts. So therefore, turning to technology as a tool and medium to creating real-life and authentic communication can be seen as a feasible alternative in this situation. So in TBLT, there are three areas of language production that are very commonly studied. So the first one is complexity, second one is accuracy, and the third one is fluency. So complexity is refers to how sophisticated the language produced by the learners, while accuracy is about how correct the language produced by the learners in accordance with the language grammar rules. And lastly, fluency refers to the natural flow of speech. So these are some of the measures of CF, complexity, accuracy, and fluency according to Alice 2003. So there are quite a number of measures that have been widely used in TBLT. The one that will be the focus in this study is fluency. So fluency in a workplace. Employers in Asia increasingly value communication skills, especially oral production. So a study of job street ads in Malaysia found that over half required presentation skills. Many graduates struggle to communicate and speak comprehensible English at work. So this is very common in Malaysian context, where English is considered as the second language. So fluency in speaking is crucial in the workplace, making its study and measurement important. So previous studies have shown that TBLT instruction has been shown to improve fluency significantly. So those are some of the examples. So this study attempt to answer the following questions. The first one is there any significant effect of students' fluency in terms of number of words per minute with and without the presence of VR? And second one is there any significant effect of student fluency in terms of number of syllables per minute with and without the presence of VR? Okay, so the methodology, so in this study, sorry. Okay, so in the study, there were 93 students were recruited. So they were undergraduate students from a technical university in Malaysia. So they were enrolled in English communication course. So in Malaysia, students, tertiary level students, they have to sit for the Malaysian University English Language Test. And their the participants who involved in the study, their scores range from band 2 to band 4.5, which is equivalent to A2 to B2, according to CIFR. So the median score would be band 4. Okay, so students, the participants will group into experimental and control groups. Okay, so in this study, we apply this VR application, which is named as spiঃx. So in this application, we use VR technology to stimulate real-world tasks, which is the job interview setting. So this app, spiঃx, consists of 2 scenarios featuring one native English speakers for the multinational company, and another one is local Malaysian English speakers for the local Malaysian company. So the interview questions have also been validated prior to the development of the application. Okay, so these are some of the samples for the treatment, how they use the VR in learning and practice the job interview. Okay, so based on the study, I'll just straight away move on to the findings. Okay, to answer the first research question, okay, is there any significant effect of students' fluency in terms of number of words per minute with and without the presence of VR? So we did a pre-test and post-test analysis. Okay, so before, in general, before the VR treatments, the participants from the experimental group had a mean of 106, okay, and then the mean has increased. So the mean difference shows an increase of 16.4% from pre-test to post-test. Okay, and then we conducted a paired sample t-test to compare the result. Okay, so overall, from 44 participants in the experimental group, the majority of 40 participants recorded to have higher number of words per minute in the post-test, which is 90.9%. Whereas for the control group, only 29 out of 49 participants recorded increased fluency in terms of number of words per minute. So this is only 59.2% from the sample in the control group. So that's for the first research question. So for the second research question, okay, so the table shows the results based on the analysis conducted. So it shows that there are more participants from experimental group who had increased fluency in terms of number of syllables per minute compared to control group. For the experimental group, 93.18% recorded an increased number of syllables per minute, which is 41 out of 44 participants. Whereas for control group, only 65.3% reported the increment, which is 32 out of 49 participants. Okay, so so there are a few aspects that we would like to discuss. The first one is participants who had 3 VR sessions showed greater fluency gains than those who did not. So the experimental group showed a higher increase in words per minute than the control group. So the experimental group's fluency increased by 90.9%, while the control group increased only by 59.2%. Secondly, we found that the VR-based instruction helps to improve fluency in mock job interviews. So as supported by Berkel 2018, who found that VR tasks provide real-life meaningful communication, aiding language learning. Okay, similar findings have also been reported by other studies as well. So it could be summarized that the VR help learners improve speaking by simulating authentic language tasks. Okay, so these are some of the limitations that we found in our study. Okay, and we would like to propose future studies which could provide more comprehensive findings on all of the three dimensions in language production: complexity, accuracy, fluency, and dimensions. Okay, and also future studies, we hope to add more interactive elements in the application that we can so that we can improve and make better use for our students in the future. Okay, so I guess that's it for my presentation.